NBA. Hi, you guys. This is Couples Corner with Alexis and Mark Pender Robinson. And today we're doing our first interview for Couples Corner. So today we're talking to Mark Pender Robinson about his favorite player, LeBron James. So, Mr. Robinson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I hear you have a great liking to Mr. James. When did you start liking LeBron James? When did you notice him for the first time?
When he was, I believe, 16 or 17 on the Sports Illustrated cover, called Chosen One.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he went far back.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago. He's 36 now. So, what do you like most about him? What made you think like, wow, he's different?
He is a rare type of physical ability. He's just a freak of nature. And like he could score, he could rebound, he could assist, he could control all facets of the game. Not saying everyone else doesn't do that, other greats, but he just caught my eye, especially at a young age.
So let's get a bit of background about you, Mark. When did you discover that you liked basketball?
Space Jam.
And how old were you?
About 8 or 9. 8 or 9.
Okay. So when did you start playing?
I guess immediately we got a Fisher-Price hoop, and we was just destroying that hoop. You know, just trying to reenact the movie.
You and your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that Mr. Barry Robinson?
Yes.
Shout out to Mr. Barry.
Shut up. Hello.
So did you ever have any aspirations to go to the NBA?
At the beginning, yeah, of course, you know, dreamt about hitting the last shot, just becoming an all-star. Yeah, I had thoughts about it, but I was like, you know what, the older I got, I was realistically like, you know what, this is not for you. So,
is it because you didn't want to play anymore, or you just thought the odds were against you?
A little bit of both. Okay. A little bit of both.
You didn't like the severe training that you had to go through?
Yeah, I was like, you know what, you're not going to keep yelling at me, and you really think I'm going to keep doing this. So yeah, I was like, you know what, this is probably not for me, but I'll enjoy it as a fan, watching games.
So let's get to the core of this video, you guys. You said that you liked Space Jam. So what made you not cling to Michael Jordan? Why do you feel that you like LeBron more than Michael?
Well, I caught Michael at the tail end of his prime.
Did you watch any old videos?
Of course. I had basically all his old videos. VHS for, all my 30 and over. Yeah. So yeah. But to answer the question, the reason why I cling more to LeBron is because I saw the beginning somewhat. And he's still going on almost, 20 years.
So is it because you think he's a better overall person?
No, I'm not going to hold that against Jordan.
So, do you think LeBron is a better person than Michael Jordan?
I plead the fifth.
Come on. We have to know.
I plead the fifth.
Come on.
I plead the fifth. I can't.
Oh, you guys, I tried to get it out of him.
I plead the fifth. I can't do it.
I tried to get it out of him. But you know what plead the fifth means. Anyway.
All right.
So, what is your favorite LeBron game that you've ever watched? That you was just like, wow, he's really on fire today?
In Boston Garden in 2012. When he had that 42, I think it was 42 points that he scored. I guess they were either down in the series or something like that. My memory is not serving me correctly, but I remember that certain game. I was like, yeah, he's going to finally start. He's going to finally start winning his championships.
So, what team did you like LeBron on the most?
Now I'm a LeBron James. I root for his team, but I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. Just letting you know that. But if I had to think about it, I really enjoy the Miami Heat when he was. At first, I didn't like it. I was one of the people that was like, "What are you doing? It's not fair." But I still enjoyed watching him play. So yeah, I would have to say the Miami Heat days.
So, let's get back to. I am aware that you watch Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
So, how do you feel about all the things that Skip Bayless says about LeBron James?
I just wanted to say it. All utmost respect to Mr. Bayless. I just think that he hates on LeBron because he knows that LeBron is either coming or surpassed MJ. I believe he surpassed MJ. Shannon Sharp believes he surpassed MJ. We're just waiting for Skip to get on board.
Why do you think he's so obsessed with Michael Jordan? Do you think Michael Jordan pays him to talk like that?
I don't want to. I'm not the type to talk about someone's pockets. But he does give me that thought of possibly. He gives me that thought that he might be, but I don't think so.
Very interesting. So what do you think? When do you think LeBron will retire? And do you think that his son is going to walk in his footsteps?
I don't know if his son is not going to be better than him, but I think his son is going to be really good. LeBron has carried so much expectations for 20 years. Even when he was in high school, he had so much expectations, and for him to put that burden on his son is unfair. But it comes with the territory. Comes with the territory. Yes.
So when do you think he'll retire?
I think he will retire if he doesn't get hurt. I think he'll retire around 40.
So about 4 years from now.
Yeah, because I think he would want to play with his son. Because he has stated that he wants to play with his son at least one season. Or play against him. That'll be the first in NBA history for a father and son to be on the same court together.
Why do you feel like Michael Jordan did not take a liking to LeBron James, even though he's stated that he likes Michael?
Well, Michael, he doesn't like a lot of people. So,
but he's a great person, though. LeBron is a great person. So
I know.
Why? What's not to like?
I don't know if it's a threat. He feels threatened. I'm not sure. I can't specify what it is. I'm not saying he doesn't like LeBron, but it just seems like he took more of a liking to Kobe, which Kobe, rest in peace, was his clone. And he sees more of himself in Kobe than LeBron.
But Kobe appeared to be a better person than him, too. As far as personality was. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. From watching The Last Dance, which was on ESPN last year, I knew stuff. I heard stuff about Michael, how he treated teammates. But the Last Dance, he did say that he feared that a lot of people are going to dislike him for the stories that came out about how he used to be hard on his teammates. I don't understand his tactics. I don't agree with his tactics. He was successful, but I wouldn't push my teammates that hard like that. I would find a different way to get better results from them. So yeah, I don't agree with his methods, but he was successful. So
do you think that Michael thinks that he's a bad person? Do you think he has any regrets?
no, I don't think so.
So here live on Couples Corner Television, please state your top 5 players in order.
I have LeBron. I have Michael. I have Kobe. After that, it gets a little shaky.
Nobody's stable enough, huh?
I would probably put Shaq up there because I got a chance to watch Shaq. Now, a lot of these people, I got a chance to somewhat watch. Michael, I didn't get a chance to watch a lot, but...
So how's he your number 2 if you didn't watch him that much? You're basically going by what everybody else is.
Because he got me into liking Chicago. So...
Last one.
For the culture, I will put Allen Iverson.
That's my baby.
That's
I'm sorry.
That's your who?
I'm sorry.
That's your who?
So, there you have it, guys. Our first Couples Corner interview, sports edition, with our star Mark Pender Robinson, you guys. And also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Couples Corner. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and you will also get more and more content from us this year. Please give us your thoughts and opinions, and we'll see you next time on Couples Corner TV.
Alright, so basically this is my separate video on why I think LeBron James is the GOAT. He's already stamped that he's already the GOAT to me, but to everybody else, like the Skip Bayless of the world, the Stephen A. Smith that says that LeBron James does not deserve or even could even sniff that title, I think they're wrong, but that's my personal opinion. For one, Jordan never had to play against super teams. He's never had to play against the 2017 Warriors, 2018 Warriors, anybody close to that. That's one. So let's run down the teams that Jordan went against. All right, so in 1991, Jordan went against the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, so let's pass the Showtime Lakers. So you have a much older Magic Johnson. All right, so you have, I believe James Worthy got hurt. Byron Scott got hurt. Byron Scott, he's just a great role player. James Worthy, all-time great, but he was nowhere to be found in that finals. So Jordan had the luxury of playing with another all-time great with the 6 championships that he won. All right, so they won. They lost the first game, swept the rest. So they won in 5 games. All right, so they're supposed to win that one because that wasn't the Lakers back in the 80s. So let's fast forward to 92. So 92, he had Clyde Drexler. So he went against Clyde Drexler in the Portland Trail Blazers. Who's the other all-time great? Don't worry, I'll wait. So let's see. The team that he had was Terry Porter, Cliff Robinson, Jerome Kersey. He had Kevin Duckworth. So if you look at the talent, you see Jordan, you see Clyde, then you have Pippen, and everyone else dips down. You may say Terry Porter was a good player back in the day, but he's not an all-time great. So basically, it's basically 2 against 1. So the first 2 teams that he played against, he was supposed to win that. If you really think about it in hindsight. So the third team that he played against in the finals, Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley won he won the MVP that year. Jordan was supposed to win the MVP that year, so of course he's gonna have that. He's looking to win his 3rd championship, and he's upset that he didn't win it. So again, it's basically the same trend. Jordan, Barkley, Pippen. Who else did Charles Barkley have on his team? He had Dan Marley. He had Kevin Johnson. Pretty good players back at the time, but they're not all-time greats. So you have a team that really had only one great player and a solid team. You see a trend here? So let me see. So Jordan retires in '94. So in '94, the Bulls win about 50-something games. Almost make it to the finals without Jordan. Pippen finished third in MVP voting. See where I'm going with this? All right, so then Jordan comes back in '95. 17 games left in the season. He drops a double nickel on the Knicks. A game winner against the Hawks. They go through the first round. They play the second round against, I believe it was the Magic. So you have young Shaq, you have young Penny. So, of course, Jordan wasn't the Jordan of old. So the Magic took care of them in about, I think, 5-6 games. Okay. So summer of '95 going into the '96 season, Jordan gets into great shape, films Space Jam, which was my introduction to basketball. So they add Dennis Rodman, an all-time great power forward. So now you have 3 All-Stars on one team. All right, so they're 72-10. They get to the finals, and who they play against? The Seattle Supersonics. So you have talent again. You have Jordan, Peyton, Pippen, Kemp. Now, Kemp is not an all-time great, but he was great from the early 90s to almost the late 90s. That's when he was Rain Man at that time. So that team, if you really think about it, was the Bulls supposed to lose against that team? I don't think so. So you have 97, 98. They played against Utah twice. So the team that Jordan played against had John Stockton and Karl Malone. Karl Malone's is only the biggest threat Utah had on that team. You had Jeff Hornacek, which was a good side piece. And John Stockton, all he did was pass the ball, play a little defense. Now, that's an all-time great. They're 2 all-time greats. But you really have only really one threat. Now, if you go to LeBron or the teams that LeBron played against, you have, in 2007, he had played against the San Antonio Spurs. So you have Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. You have, I believe, Bruce Bowen and the great Tim Duncan. So you're playing against possibly 3 Hall of Famers in your first finals. Get swept. Now think about the team that LeBron James had in that finals. Name their starting 5. Again, don't worry, I'll wait. All right, so that's LeBron in his 4th season. So in 2011, he couldn't get past the Boston Celtics. So, Boston Celtics went to the finals 2008 and 2010. Magic went 2009. So LeBron never really had a superstar co-star until he went to Miami. So you can't really fault LeBron for taking his future into his own hands because he was never provided that. Jordan was provided that after he got bounced out of the first round multiple years. And, if you think about it, he, like I said, again, he never played against another all-time great team. He played against all-time great players, but never an all-time great team. So he never played against... He played against the Boston Celtics, but the Boston Celtics whooped their ass I don't know how many times. Milwaukee, Then you have Detroit. We all know what happened with Detroit. Jordan rules, such and such. So the only blunder I have with LeBron that puts a tarnish on his legacy is the 2011 Dallas Mavericks series, where he disappeared. I give you that. I give you that. So that was a learning curve. That was when, after that series, he hasn't been that same LeBron James. He has been a much better player. That's when he knew, okay, this is my ship. I have the right people that's going to be around me to make this work. So 2012 season, MVP season, he plays against what they quote unquote call the Baby Thunder. So you have Russell Westbrook, you have James Harden coming off the bench, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka. So that was a better team than Jordan has ever played against in finals. So who do you think would win if Jordan played against those Baby Thunder? Who's guarding Durant? Sure as hell not Jordan. So, and like I said, I'm not trying to bash Jordan the way Skip bashes LeBron, but I'm just saying, just really think about it. Okay, so LeBron wins 2012. He plays against San Antonio. Again, they have Tony Parker. They have Manu Ginobili coming off the bench. You have young Kawhi, and then you have Tim Duncan. Now, Skip Bayless likes to say Ray Allen saved LeBron's career. So what happened when John Paxson made the game-winning shot in '93 against Phoenix? What happened when Steve Kerr made the game-winning shot against Utah in '97? Weren't they supposed to do their job? Weren't they supposed to just spot up and make the jump shot? Or the three? Because everybody on the basketball court has a role. So to diminish what LeBron did by saying that Ray Allen saved his career, you're moving the goalposts when it comes to greatness. Because after that shot, LeBron took over, and then they ended up winning the finals. So 2014, move along. Now 2014, of course, like I said, Dwayne Wade, he wasn't the same Dwayne Wade when LeBron got there in 2011 season, when he got there. Dwayne Wade had, some knee problems, so he was already starting to deteriorate. Chris Bosh was already used to the third role, so of course, and I'm not making excuses, but if you think about it, San Antonio was led by a great coach, Greg Popovich. Tim Duncan was still in his prime. Tony Parker was still in his prime. Young Kawhi was even better from last season. And Manu Ginobili came off the bench. So, could they have won the championship? No. Because, let me see. They could have won a championship. You know what? Let me backtrack. They could have won a championship. But the better team ended up winning. But again, if Jordan played against those teams, Jordan wouldn't be 6-0. He will probably beat Dallas Mavericks. He might even beat the quote-unquote Baby Thunder. But if you think about the other teams that LeBron played against after 2014, he played against Golden State 2015, 16, 17, and 18. So in the 2015 playoffs, he loses Kyrie, he loses Kevin Love. Two big pieces to that team. Now, I watch Undisputed a lot. And Skip always brings up what happened in that finals. All right, so Cleveland's up 2-1 back in Cleveland. His second best player is Matthew Dellavedova. So now you have Stephen Curry, who just won MVP that year. You have Klay Thompson, who is an emerging star, and then you have Draymond Green, who does everything. And that team was deep too, if you really think about it. You had Harrison Barnes, you had Leo Barbosa, you had Andrew Bogut. You know, they had weapons on that team to finish the job. And Andrew Iguodala, who started in game, I believe, 4. And he changed the series because he was able to he didn't lock LeBron up because LeBron almost averaged a triple-double. So LeBron's playing against, it's 1-on-3. 3 All-Stars against 1. Usually the team with the most All-Stars are going to win the finals. So then you have 2016, 73-9 Warriors. Now I know Stephen A. Smith, and like I said, I'm not dissing Skip Bayless. I'm not dissing Stephen A. Smith. So I believe it was either game 4 or 5. Draymond Green gets into it with LeBron. He gets thrown out of the game. He has to miss, I believe, game 5. I think game 5 he missed. Because he had like 16 technicals throughout the whole season. So if he got one more, he was suspended for 1 game. And fined. Andrew Bogut got hurt. But they still had enough to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another argument that Skip Bayless likes to make. Kyrie Irving saved LeBron. If I'm not mistaken, because I remember watching that game, no team couldn't make a basket for a good 4 to 5 minutes. It looked like Golden State was going to be able to hold off the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, you know, LeBron had the block of all blocks. And then Kyrie came down and made a 3. He did what he was supposed to do. He was the other co-star. Stephen Curry is not the greatest defender in the world. So Kyrie did what Kyrie does. He got the ball, shook him a couple times, and made the 3. Now LeBron made the game-clinching free throws, because you know a lot of people like to forget LeBron doesn't like shooting free throws. So how was he able to make those free throws though? If he's afraid of shooting free throws, he can't shoot free throws. Okay, so now you remember 2017. Kevin Durant goes to Golden State. Softest move I've ever seen a superstar make. But nevertheless, it happened. I don't respect the rings, but that's just me. And a lot of other people feel that way too. So you're gonna have 2017. You have Stephen Curry running the point, Klay Thompson running the 2, Kevin Durant running the 3. You have Draymond Green running the 4, and I forgot who was the 5. So you got 4 all-stars and 2 superstars, Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. So they did what they were supposed to do, because who was going to beat that team? That's like the most powerful team that's ever been on the court. Super team. To beat LeBron. Because we all know what happened after the 2016 finals, right? Draymond Green begged Kevin Durant to go. Durant saying before he got that pride, he said before that he was going to, stay. If I'm not mistaken, he said he was going to stay with Oklahoma City. Now, again, Golden State did what they had to do, but I don't respect Kevin Durant's championship, and I'm forever think that way, and nobody's gonna change my mind about that. So you have 2018. Again, Cleveland plays against Golden State. Same result. Golden State wins. Now, super teams have always been around in the NBA. Jordan never had to face a super team. Ever. Especially in the finals. But everybody likes to harp on him winning 6 championships. He's 6 for 6. Now, I get it. The salary cap wasn't the same. The way they played wasn't the same. And people wanted to stay on their teams because they wanted to have the luxury of saying they beat Jordan. They stayed on that team and beat Jordan. Now, I don't know. I could go on for days, but I know that I just wanted to leave y'all with that, because for people to say that LeBron James is never going to eclipse Jordan, who's, he has the stats that proves it, and the stats that will prove it. So you think about it, he's past Jordan in scoring. He has more rebounds, more assists. So he's projected to score over 40,000 points, over 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. Now Skip likes to say it's a longevity stat, and that's how he's trying to keep up with Jordan. It's not our fault that Jordan retired in 93 or 98. Even if he didn't retire, he wasn't going to win 8 straight like people say. Because after a while, people's bodies are going to start breaking down after having such a grueling season. Going deep into the playoffs every year. You saw what happened to Golden State in 2019. So, this notion that LeBron can't even sniff Jordan, I just gave you just what I thought on the subject. Now, I think LeBron is the best player of all time overall. Jordan is a great one-on-one player. If he didn't have to pass the ball, he wouldn't pass the ball. He was one of the greatest defenders of all time, but if you think about it, Scottie Pippen was too. I would fear Scottie more than I fear Jordan. Because Scottie was able to take care of everything else and let Jordan just score and dominate. And it's just like the Hall of Famers, the teams that Jordan played against, he was supposed to beat them. If he was able to take the Boston Celtics back in the day in the 80s, when Bird was in his prime, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, the Chief, Robert Parrish, would they get out of the? Would they go to finals every year? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's never had to play against a juggernaut like that. Patrick Ewing was one superstar. He had great role players, but he didn't have the other player that could help to beat Jordan. Cleveland Cavaliers, Mark Price. He's not an all-time great, but he was a pretty good player back in the day. Were they going to beat him? Or what about Charles Barkley when he was on the 76ers after Dr. J left? Were they going to beat him? You know, so the notion that Jordan just dominated, of course he dominated. It was set for him to dominate. I don't have to say too much about it because it's all there. Look it up. So all I have to say is I don't have any much more to say about this, but I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the Couples Corner. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you know, if you want to leave a comment on why you think Jordan is best, I'll entertain y'all. I'm not gonna get upset. It's just gonna be healthy conversation. I'm down. And yeah, this year we're trying to we're gonna try to give you more stuff. Try to grow. But other than that, like I said, thank you for watching. And you know, Alexa sends her love. You know, I just wanted to. She told me that I should do my own video. Expounding on this argument, so I was like, alright, cool, bet. But thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day, great night, stay safe out there. Peace.